Welcome to the Morality Matters YouTube channel. Today, we delve into the timeless wisdom of Socrates and explore how his advice on kindness and empathy can transform your interactions and enhance your relationships. Socrates, the ancient Greek philosopher, believed in the power of self-knowledge and critical thinking, but his teachings went beyond intellectual pursuits. He emphasized the importance of empathy, understanding, and kindness in living a fulfilling life. Join us as we uncover 5 of Socrates' most profound quotes and discover how they can guide us towards a more compassionate and connected existence.
Chapter 1. Be kind, everyone is fighting a hard battle. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. These words, often attributed to Socrates, resonate deeply in our busy, often chaotic world. It's easy to get caught up in our own struggles, to see only our own problems and forget that everyone else is carrying their own invisible burdens. Imagine for a moment walking down a crowded street. Each person you pass, from the hurried businessman clutching his briefcase to the elderly woman with weary eyes, carries a story. They have dreams, fears, regrets, and hopes, just like you. They've experienced heartbreak, loss, moments of joy, and periods of profound struggle. We tend to judge others based on a fleeting interaction, a single encounter that reveals very little about the complexities of their lives. We might label someone as rude, impatient, or unfriendly without considering the battles they might be facing. Perhaps that rude cashier just received bad news about a family member, or the impatient driver rushing past is late to a crucial job interview. When we approach others with the understanding that they too are navigating their own personal journeys, our perspective shifts. Kindness becomes more than just a virtue. It becomes a lifeline, a beacon of hope in a world that often feels isolating and unforgiving. Think about a time when someone showed you unexpected kindness on a particularly difficult day. Perhaps it was a stranger holding the door open for you when you were feeling overwhelmed, or a friend offering a listening ear when you needed it most. Remember how their compassion, however small the gesture, made you feel seen, understood, and a little less alone. Now imagine being that source of kindness for someone else. Imagine the impact you could have by offering a smile, a kind word, or a helping hand to someone who might desperately need it. Socrates' words are a powerful reminder that empathy is the key to unlocking a more compassionate world. By remembering that everyone carries their own unseen struggles, we can approach each other with greater kindness, understanding, and grace.
Chapter 2. True wisdom is knowing you know nothing. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. This seemingly paradoxical statement by Socrates holds a profound key to cultivating empathy. It's about acknowledging the limits of our own understanding and approaching the world with a sense of humility. When we cling tightly to our own perspectives, believing them to be the only truth, we close ourselves off to the possibility of understanding others. Our opinions solidify into judgments, our assumptions into barriers that prevent us from truly connecting with those around us. Consider a time when you held a strong belief about something, only to discover later that your perspective was limited or even completely wrong. Perhaps you misjudged someone based on incomplete information, or you held onto a stereotype that crumbled upon closer examination. These moments of realization, though often humbling, are opportunities for growth. They remind us that our understanding of the world is always incomplete, always evolving. By acknowledging our own ignorance, we open ourselves up to learning from others. We become more willing to listen, to ask questions, and to consider perspectives that differ from our own. This shift from certainty to curiosity is fundamental to developing empathy. It allows us to approach others with a sense of openness and respect, recognizing that their experiences, however different from our own, hold value and contribute to the rich tapestry of human understanding. True wisdom, as Socrates suggests, lies not in accumulating knowledge, but in recognizing the vastness of what we don't know. It's about approaching life with a beginner's mind, eager to learn, to grow, and to connect with others through the shared journey of discovery.
Chapter 3. An unexamined life is not worth living, proclaimed Socrates. This potent statement encourages us to turn inward, to reflect on our thoughts, beliefs, and motivations. It's a call to self-awareness, a journey that, while deeply personal, is essential for cultivating empathy. To understand others, we must first understand ourselves. We must delve into the complexities of our own emotions, biases, and experiences. Why do we react the way we do in certain situations? What are the underlying beliefs that shape our perceptions of the world? Self-reflection is not always a comfortable process. It requires us to confront our shadows, the parts of ourselves that we may prefer to keep hidden. But it's in these uncomfortable spaces where true growth and understanding reside. As we peel back the layers of ourselves, we begin to recognize the common threads that connect us to others. We see our own vulnerabilities reflected in their struggles, our own joys mirrored in their triumphs. This recognition of our shared humanity is the foundation of empathy. It allows us to move beyond judgment and connect with others on a deeper, more compassionate level. Imagine two people from vastly different backgrounds engaging in a heartfelt conversation. They share their stories, their fears, their hopes for the future. As they listen with open hearts and minds, they begin to see beyond the surface differences that once separated them. They discover common ground in their shared experiences of love, loss, joy, and sorrow. Self-reflection is the bridge that allows us to cross the divide between ourselves and others. It's through understanding our own inner world that we can truly begin to appreciate and empathize with the vast spectrum of human experience.
Chapter 4. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. Socrates reminds us that contentment is not about possessing more, but about appreciating what we already have. This focus on gratitude, often overlooked, plays a significant role in our ability to empathize with others. When we are consumed by a desire for more possessions, more status, more validation, our focus narrows to our own wants and needs. We become less attuned to the experiences of others, less likely to see their struggles, their joys, their unique journeys. Imagine two individuals walking through a beautiful park. One is filled with gratitude for the simple pleasures surrounding them, the warm sunshine, the gentle breeze, the laughter of children playing. The other, preoccupied with thoughts of their next purchase or a perceived slight from a colleague, remains blind to the beauty of the present moment. Who do you think is more likely to notice the elderly person struggling to carry their groceries or the young couple sharing a tender moment on a park bench? Contentment doesn't mean we cease to strive for growth or improvement. It simply means we find peace and appreciation in the present moment, recognizing the abundance that already exists in our lives. This shift in perspective, from a place of lack to a place of gratitude, opens our hearts to connect with others more fully. We become less judgmental, less envious, and more compassionate towards those who may have more or less than us materially. We begin to see the inherent worth in every individual, regardless of their circumstances.
Chapter 5. To find yourself, think for yourself. Socrates' call to independent thought might seem counterintuitive to cultivating empathy. After all, isn't empathy about understanding and sharing the feelings of others? While that's true, genuine empathy cannot be forced or feigned. It cannot be based on blind acceptance of societal norms or the opinions of others. True empathy stems from a place of understanding, and that understanding begins with our own capacity for critical thought. When we blindly accept the beliefs and biases of our culture, we risk perpetuating harmful stereotypes and prejudices. We limit our capacity for empathy by adhering to preconceived notions about entire groups of people. Socrates challenges us to question everything, to examine our beliefs and to arrive at our own conclusions. This doesn't mean we disregard the perspectives of others, but rather that we engage with them critically, thoughtfully, and with an open mind. Imagine a world where everyone simply accepted the status quo, never questioning the injustices or inequalities that existed around them. Would such a world be conducive to empathy and understanding? It's through the courageous act of independent thought that we break free from the shackles of prejudice and ignorance. We become more attuned to the nuances of human experience, more capable of recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every individual, regardless of their background or beliefs. Thinking for ourselves is not about isolating ourselves from others, but about engaging with the world in a more conscious and compassionate way. It's about developing our own moral compass, one that guides us towards greater understanding, empathy, and connection. Thank you for watching. If you found these insights from Socrates valuable, subscribe to the Morality Matters YouTube channel for more quotes and inspirations. Remember, understanding and empathy can transform your life and relationships. By embracing kindness, acknowledging our own limitations, engaging in self-reflection, cultivating contentment, and thinking independently, we can cultivate deeper connections with those around us. Socrates' wisdom reminds us that a fulfilling life is not solely about individual pursuits, but about recognizing our interconnectedness and striving to create a more compassionate and empathetic world.